Hello everybody, I'm the Devil Fruit Collector, and welcome to a new video on the One Piece card game. Today, we're making a tier list about the starter decks. First of all, I'd like to mention, we're going to be doing about the starter decks, whether you're making them just to starter decks, or using packs from Romance Dawn. Because I know they come at the same time, so you don't want to be using them with those, you're going to be wanting to use the starter decks with the packs. So you're going to be able to, if it's good or not to specialize in what starter deck. First off, before we start getting into the nitty gritty of it all, I'd like to thank One Piece Collector on the comment section of this video right here, where I finish off the four structure decks, or starter decks rather. He was asking which one was the best, and I thought about the idea of this video. I know it's been a while, but it's because I wanted to get a few other things out of the way before I made this video, like covering the booster pack. And I didn't know when the card list was going to come out at the time of making this comment. So, here we are. Yep, like I said, we're listening to first. Number 1 being the best, 8th being the worst. First up, we have the first off, we have STO1 Straw Hat Crew. This structure deck mainly focuses on gaining power, and it's very, it's very like made for, you're gonna pick this up and you're gonna learn how to play the game. I don't think it has too many like extra abilities. You have your basic blocker like everyone has. Luffy's main ability is very simple. Just once per turn, give a character a rested Dawn card. You can use unrested Dawn cards to boost power. This one lets you use a rested one. So you could, if you really needed to, activate one Dawn card, put Karoo in the field, activate his effect. The one card you rested as cost to summon Karoo, you put it on him. Pretty nice, but not too much going for it. Has the counter event card, and it has Gumjet Pistol, Diablo Jambe. They're all pretty decent event cards, and it's the one. It's one of the 2 of the 4 starter decks. So it's only 2 starter decks. This one and the Beast Pirate one that come with stage cards. This is one of them. But yeah, nothing too out of the ordinary here. It's a half decent Luffy card. I mean, with Rush and all that. But yeah, nothing too outstanding here. The packs, we have 3 new leaders coming. We have a Luffy that's red and green, a Law that's red and green, and a Zoro. The Zoro isn't the greatest. The Law is pretty decent. We get like 2 searchers that search from the deck. One of them is Chopper here, and the other, I believe, is this right here. In 2 years, Sabaody Archipelago, which searches Straw Hat Crews. Very nice. We have the Shanks card that is a secret rare in the pack. It's my favorite of the 2 secret rares coming out. 10,000 power, 9 cost. Can't activate blockers, and you can target one blocker that your opponent has. No, sorry, okay, never mind. Let me restate that. Your opponent can activate blockers that have 2,000 less power, and it has Rush. So it's really nice. This also, in these packs, has one of my least favorite cards. Not my number 1 least favorite, that comes in the blue starter deck. But we'll get to that in a little bit. One of my least favorite cards here is Cavendish, because his effect removes one of the life cards from your life deck, which I don't like at all, because that's, what decides if you win or lose, essentially. These packs have a really good event card in Green Star Rafflesia. It's, generic, and it's a 1 cost, give one of your opponent's leaders or characters minus 2,000 power during this turn. Really nice, just for a counter. That is about it. That really good. There's a 1 graveyard searcher, or a trash searcher, Uda here. 4 cost, you can add 1 red character other than Uda with a cost of 3 or less in your trash to your hand. That's pretty nice. Overall, basic starter deck, I'm gonna put at about 7th or 8th. I'm gonna put it 8th, so out of consideration of other starter decks. With it, I don't think it gets too like. There are some nice ones in Shanks. Some nice cards in Shanks. I'm gonna get rid of that. And having good searchers, but again, it's nothing that's too outstanding at the current moment in time. Law is nice, but his effect I don't feel is too useful. A lot of these cards are just basic. I mean, Gordon here, you can place one at the bottom of your deck and draw one. It's nice, just like recycling, not recycling, but cycling through your deck. These aren't bad cards per se. I'm not saying any of these things are bad. I'm just in a vacuum when you're using these things. It's obvious, the basic starter deck should be worse than the ones with packs. I'm not saying so. That's gonna be some unfair scaling there. But with this, I'm gonna put this at like 6th or 5th. 5th for now. We will be adjusting later on. Next, we have the green deck. If you watch the video, you know my opinion on this. I love this starter deck. I think it's my favorite, and might be the best in my opinion. It focuses on KOing and arrested characters and has really good event cards. In my opinion, has one of the best event cards in the entire game. But just that's because it's a free card. It has one searcher immediately with the starter deck in Jewelry Bonnie. You can rest one Dawn card and then look at the 5 top cards from your deck and reveal one Supernova and add it to your hand. Place the rest of the bottom of your deck in that order. I don't think any other starter decks come with a searcher like this. I think that's really valuable. And then the event card I was talking about, the event cards is, this one's a free one essentially because it's counter. Your leader or one of your characters gains plus 2,000 power during this battle, and then you set one Dawn card as active. Now, if you know the rules, and so do I, but if you know the rules, the cost is you need to rest one Dawn card. Well, at the end of this effect, you set one as active. And if this is a life card and you trigger it, you get to set 2 Dawn cards as active, which I think is really nice. The other event card here, Repel. Your leader or one of your characters gains plus 4,000 power for cost 2, and then you set one as active. That's essentially a cost 1 for plus 4,000 power. That's really nice. Next, you Straw Sword, cost 2 only. Rest one of your opponent's characters. I think that's really nice. If they have a strong blocker or something like that, you can just rest it for a cost 2. Its trigger is play one Supernova type card with a cost of 2 or less from your hand. I think that's really nice. This isn't paying the cost, you just get to play it. And I think that's extremely good. Just for that, I'm going to place this. I feel like the other starter is going to go right here. So, but if you're going to ask me, I put this above that. I think it's that good. It works that well. I mean, you get a searcher. You get some pretty decently strong cards. Not the strongest, but I feel like they work too well to just ignore that. You have a 7,000 blocker in Kid, one of your strongest characters in the entire deck. And at the end of the turn, it sets itself as active. So you can summon this out, attack if you can, and then at the end of your turn, if it has one equipped, you set it as active right away. I think that's really nice. Plus, the effect on this is really nice too. You can set this leader as active, so he can attack twice as well. So yes, in my opinion, very great cards. I think this is the best one, and it might even be better than the red starter deck using some packs. I'm only estimating that you have some. You don't have 4 of every card. Obviously, if you have 4 of like the best cards for the red deck, or if you're running Law that's red and green, that's obviously going to be better. But I'm assuming that you're using the leader Luffy from that deck still in these decks. Yeah, I really like that. I'm going to put it right there in 4th. Next, we have the cards, individual ones. Individually, I know I just mentioned, I'm imagining you guys are keeping the same leader, but if you get to switch leaders, the green ones with packs are immediately like my favorite because you have the Akazaya and the Land of Wano cards in this, and they're so amazing. You have 2 archetypes that you can funnel into. The Heart Pirates with Shachi, Penguin, John Bart, Law, and Penguin here, and Beppo. Can't forget Beppo. Also, these event cards are amazing. Yamato is great for the Land of Wano deck. Right here, it's a 1 cost. Rest 2 of your characters, draw 2. I mean, that's amazing. Demon Face, cost 6. KO 2 of your opponent's rested characters with a cost of 5 or less. I think that's great because a lot of the basic attackers that people are going to be playing with early game are... And this is a common too, by the way. This is an uncommon. Yeah, so you're going to be able to get this really easy, I feel, from packs. But a lot of people are ready to already early in the game are going to be playing with just a starter decks or a little bit added on. So they're going to have those 3 cost 5,000 power guys, and that's going to get rid of that really easily. Paradise Waterfall is really nice. You have a no. This is not the which one is the searcher? They don't have a searcher event. They have one of the cards. I think this one. No, one of the Akazaya's search. I think it's really nice. I might be wrong on that though. But yeah, if you can switch leaders, I still put the green one over the red one with packs, because I don't think any of the leaders from that affect red cards are better. If we look at these two here, I don't think that they would benefit them even more. No. But yeah, if you're playing Odin here with a lot of Akazayas, that's really good. You can still use the event cards from the starter deck too, because they are the event cards from the starter deck, because they're just generic. They don't target a specific type, or they don't have a restriction for a specific type of card as your leader, like some of the Land of Wano cards do. So I think that's amazing. So just for that reason, in my humble opinion, this is just my opinion, by the way, I should specify this earlier. This is just my opinion. There's nothing professional about this. I haven't even played the game that much. I've always said when playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Or any other card game is you never know how good a card is going to be until you've played it inside of an actual duel with someone, and I haven't had that ability to do that yet. But in a funnel in my head, I'm gonna put this at number 1 so far, at least. I have looked over these before, and I have a plan ahead of time, just so you know. It's not essentially scripted per se, but I have planned some of my places, if not most of them. No, sorry, most of them, if not all of them, I should say, rather, before this video even started. Next up, we have the blue starter deck. This focuses on KOing very easily. A lot of the cards just KO the KO cards. So, you return 4 Don cards from the Don field to the deck, and return one cost 5 or less to the owner's hand. You don't choose if it's your opponent or whatever. But a lot of these cards destroy. Moria here destroys. Mihawk lets you draw 2 and trash 2. I think this is like the second best starter deck, I think, in my opinion. If you're playing, if you have multiple copies. However, there is one card, like I mentioned in the video I originally covered this, that sticks out like a sore thumb when you look at this deck. And that is this poor Boa Hancock card. 3 costs, only 1,000 power, and it's just a blocker. Counter of 1,000, yeah, so does Buggy. And he has better stats. Alright, so this Boa Hancock card ruins the starter deck for me. And for that reason specifically, even though, these event cards are really, really nice, I'm going to put this at 7th place. Because I think it is that bad that you have this in your starter deck, probably at multiple copies. It's been a long time since I looked at the full card list. This does have, things like Sentomaru, which can summon a Pacifista, which I think is great. Doflamingo is a cost 7 that returns a cost 7 or less to the owner's hand. I think it's great. All these event cards are great. You get to return, it's cost 4 to return 1 cost of 7 to the owner's hand. It's cost 2 to return 1 with a cost of 3 or less to the owner's hand. I mean, yeah, in Love Mellow is really good for drawing a card if you have 3 less in your hand, and it gives you a plus 4,000 for just 2 cost. It's counter, but yeah, it's really good. I do think this deck has really good cards. It's just this Boa sticks out that much as a sore thumb, so I have to, unfortunately, put it at 7th place. Next, you have the cards in the packs. Now, this is where it gets a lot better. I mean a lot better. I love these blue cards here. Doflamingo is a leader here. When attacking, you can reveal one of your deck that is, you can reveal 1 card from the type of your deck. If it's a 7 Warlords character card with a cost of 4 or less, you play it rested. I think that's really good. This is really when attacking, you have to have 2 equipped, so it's a bit restrictive on the effect. Kaido's leader is really nice. You have 1 Don card equipped, and once per turn, when your opponent's character is KO'd, you add 1 Don card from your deck instead as active. this is much better as a purple card. We'll go over it in a little bit than a blue card, but this alone boosts both really well. And I think if we start getting a lot of synergy between the two, blue purple with Kaido as leader might very well be meta, because we have this on along card here and a few others. I feel it could really boost this entire deck. Arlong here is one of my favorite character cards so far. If it has one Dawn card equipped, you can rest this character and choose one card from your opponent's hand. Your opponent reveals that card. If they reveal card as an event, place one card from your opponent's life area at the bottom of the owner's deck. And so far, event cards have been really stupid good. So I feel like when you have this card and you can act, it's not even you have to have one equipped. I'm sure it's a once per turn. This is really good. Like, if you just get to funnel cards from the life area out, that's really nice. You could really stick in a lot of wins using this card alone. I really like that. Another one that's really good is the entire archetype that is introduced here. You see a Miss Double Sunday here. Everybody know what I'm going to get into now. Go to the next page. We have a lot of Brokeworks cards. And I really like the Brokeworks cards a lot. Like, Double Finger lets you draw on KO. Das Bones, gets 1,000 power for every 2 events in your trash. And let me tell you, these event cards become really good, really fast. All 4 that are here, I'm pretty sure this one is for... Yeah, this is from the Don Quixote Pirates. But Officer Agents is really good. Play 1 from your hand. It costs 3 or less. So if you have a cost 3 Baroqueworks card, Mr. 2, alright, you get to play him for 1 cost less as a counter. I think that's really good. Its triggers activate its counter effect. That's really nice. Also, I never noticed how tall he is. I don't know if he's standing on something here, but look how tall Mr. 2 is. We have Desert Spada here. Cost of 1 to counter. Your leader or one of your characters gains plus 2,000 power during this battle. And look at top of your cards of your deck. Place them any order. That's really nice. Its triggers draw 2 and trash 1. That is amazing. Then we have Crescent Cutlass. Cost of 3 to counter. If your leader has the... If your leader is Crocodile, essentially is what this says. Return 1 character with a cost of 5 less to the owner's hand. Really nice card. Baroqueworks as a cost 1. Main, you look at 5 cards from top of your deck, reveal 1 Baroqueworks type card, other than Baroqueworks, this card, and then add it to your hand. Then place the rest of your bottom deck in any order. This is a cost 1 searcher, and you play 4 of it. That is absolutely insane. I love this card. The Baroqueworks are going to be absolutely insane. Galdino lets you essentially freeze a character for a turn. And I think they designed them really well. I can't wait to see the rest of the Baroqueworks characters made into cards, because it's going to be really good. Something else I didn't even cover is Moria here. This character has double attack if you have 5 or more cards in your hand, which is amazing. Then we also have... Where is he? Caesar Clown. That plays Smiley from the deck when it KOs someone. Then we also have... I'm trying to look over my notes here. There was the last one card I had written down, I thought. Maybe not. Okay. We do have a better version of Pacifista. That's what it was. Yes, Pacifista here is better in the packs than it is with the starter deck by far. I like this one. It's a blocker. Has 1,000 less attack, but it has the same cost and it's a blocker. I think it's really nice. So for that reason, I'm going to put this at number 2. I think from now on it's pretty easy to spot what ratings each one are going to get right here. And what did I... From here on, you can kind of see where these are going to go, but I'm going to get into my descriptions of them nonetheless. Next, we have the Beast Pirates deck here. Sorry, excuse me. This focuses a lot on good, costly effects that and sending Dawn cards from the field to the grave, to the deck. Dawn field to the Dawn deck. Okay, that's what it does. And all the cards are very high cost, or most of them are at least. You see the top 4 here. 4, 9, 6, and 5. Um, Kaido's character card right here, cost 9, power of 10,000. Pretty sure it might be the same stats as Shanks. Let me go check real quick. The Shanks secret rare card. That is a red, because he's red-haired Shanks. Yep, same stats. But yeah, you can return 5 Dying cards from your field to the deck. KO one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 6 or less, and this character gains rush this turn. Really nice. Next, ulti here can remove 1 Dawn card from the field to the deck and play page 1 with a cost of 4 or less in your hand, which page 1 has cost of 4. And I'm going to skip ahead a little bit. There is a page 1 card in the packs that has a cost of 4. Jack is a great card for this deck. Trash 1 card from your hand, add 1 Dawn card from your deck instead as active. On play, amazing. Cost 3 only. You're going to get out really easily if you're going second. The stage card is where this really shines brightly. Activate main, you may rest this stage if your leader has the Animal Kingdom Pirates, if it's Kaido, or if it's King, because there's a King card in the packs. Right here. You can add 1 Dawn card from your deck and rest it, which is really nice. It helps you get a lot of Dawn cards out really fast. And it has something that is kind of a downfall, because a lot of other decks, all the other decks have their 1 cost blockers. You have Beiji, you have a Law, and you have your Chopper being your 1 cost blockers. But the only blocker here is a cost 2, unfortunately, which kind of sucks. So all things considered, you have some really good what's it called? And really good event cards here. Draw 1, add 1 for your Dawn card set as active. Cost 4, kind of expensive, but whatever. It's a really good effect. And then Brachio Bomber destroys 1. Yeah, really good cards. But overall, I'm gonna have to place it at the highest of the starter decks before you get to here, and the best one. So second best starter deck in my opinion. But I think it still would get beat by the red starter deck with packs involved. Now, here we have the Kaido card, which I mentioned is absolutely great. We have the King leader, which, if you have 10 Dawn cards in your field, give all your opponent characters minus 1,000 power, which in my opinion is not the greatest effect at all. But I guess if you really need a purple leader and you somehow lost your Kaido card and this is the only thing you have available, play it, I guess. Or just play a new deck, because I don't think this is worth it. It's not going to work well with most decks, in my opinion. In the future at least. I don't know about the future. I'm not a time traveler. But I can only guess this is not going to work well with most decks unless they keep this color consistent all the way through the game's lifespan. But I don't think this is good. Because even with the Animal Kingdom Pirates so far, their whole thing is getting Dawn cards out fast, sure. But then all their good effects remove 17 million Dawn cards from your field. So you're never going to be able to have this effect. And 1,000 I just feel isn't good enough sometimes. So for that, I don't feel it's very good. There's the ulti character here. On play, you can rest 1 Dawn card, add 1 Dawn card from your deck and rest it. Really good for a 2-cost card. If you're going second, you can play this immediately. The way that it turns. Really good card, even despite its lower cost. Kaido here is a cost 10, 12,000 power, but it is the strongest card you have. That is the strongest amount of cost. On play, you remove 6 Dawn cards from the field and return them to the deck. If your leader is Kaido or King, the Animal Kingdom Pirates type, KO all characters other than this character, which is amazing, by the way. Next, we have Sasaki here, which is a great card. Cost 3, power 4,000. If it has 1 equipped when attacking, you can trash 1 card from your hand and add 1 Dawn card from your deck and rest it. This is what this deck needs. Next, we have Jack. Cost 3, power 4,000. Same stats as Sasaki, except a less counter. But his effect is better. When attacking, you can return 1 Dawn card from your deck back to the from your field back to the deck rather. Your opponent trashes 1 card from your hand, which is really nice considering how much you have to worry about counter cards. You don't get to choose, I believe. Hitori Kamazo here. Oh, Hitokiri Kamazo, sorry. On KO, you return 1 Dawn card from your field to the deck, and KO one of your opponent's characters at a cost of 5 or less. This is really nice for a cost 4 power 5,000 card. We have a searchable search card where if we see Korazumi Orochi here on play, you can reveal one artificial Devil Fruit Smile from your deck and add it to your hand. And if we go look at the smile, so he searches this one card, and this one card is a cost 2, and you look at 5 type of your deck and play one smile from the cost of 3 or less. So this is a searcher for a card that searches the top 5 and special summons one that costs 3 or less, which is really easy to do with some with a lot of smiley users. You know, like that's an event card. You know, like Sheep's Head is a cost 1 if you're playing with the starter deck. You know, Speed here is a cost 2. You know, things like that. I don't know. Does Baohuang? Yeah, Baohuang's cards. You know, that's a pretty decent card to look at your opponent's cards. And that's really nice. Sheep's Horn is an event card. That's pretty decent. You can return 1 Dawn card from the field to the deck, and then rest one of your opponent's characters at a cost of 6 or less. You rest it, so that means you can get rid of like a pretty powerful blocker if you really need to. I would play that at like a 1 or 2. Overall, I put this at 3rd best, just because this deck just falls so short. That's the list. Thank you again to One Piece Collector on my YouTube channel for giving me the idea for this video. And I'm sorry it took so long. Here's my Twitter, if you don't see in the description ever. But yeah, I'll leave a link to this tier list if you want to, and at me on Twitter, or, you know, whatever, with your own tier list. And I think that is everything I have for today. Make sure you subscribe and like, and share this with anyone you think would be interested. If you liked what you saw here, check out my other videos. And thank you very much, and have a great day.